women's side. And over at CUNA, they've got, I think, the same, 8 men and 3 women. They'll play 2 rounds there, and any undefeated teams will head back here for this afternoon's play. Better looking track here from Barry.
She said with the first stand, no one's still really nailed it yet, have they, Troy?
No, no one's got within...
Feel of themselves so far?
Yeah, no one's got within a couple of feet as yet. What about this one?
It's looking the closest so far. Reasonable bowl from Arthur.
So, David Wells, a champion in his own right, having gone, he was runner-up in the Champ singles this year.
This will be the 3rd time we've seen him on the stream in probably a month. We also had him at the state pennant as well.
Yes.
Midweek state pennant.
Yep.
Was it midweek or weekend? One of them, I know that.
You've stumped me. I'm trying to think. I think they were one of 3 clubs that were there for both.
I reckon you're right, actually, now thinking about it.
And I think we had him on midweek. I think it was midweek.
No, wasn't it? No, it was weekend because it was the game against Johnny O'Donnell. Kyneton versus City Memorial.
Yeah, it was sort of the chalk and cheese of bowls. The
quiet and unassuming versus the loud and rambunctious.
And yes, exuberant.
Which we love.
Yeah. Stands very upright.
Does, doesn't he? Very tall man.
Oh, very.
Would have been a ruckman back in the day.
Or a volleyballer.
Yeah, maybe. Or a basketballer.
Yep.
His weight control is generally right on.
That's his own bowl coming in. Measure indicated by Rodney. He's done well, Rod. He's only just come back from Croatia.
He was telling me this just earlier.
Half his luck, eh?
All right, Peter O, not far away. That's his own as well.
Trailer jack would be handy.
Yeah, it's
got to be a couple.
2. Good bowl. Morning, Gibbo. Hope you're well. He's obviously from down the West Coast area, Gibbo, and he reckons they're 4 top blokes. Well, if they're anything like you, Gibbo, they must be good blokes.
King Arthur. He's called
Arthur Finch.
King Arthur.
Yeah, right.
David Wells got his own bowls coming in. The pink would be the best one.
Gets to the wide, he's still a sniff.
Outside, needed the other side. Still 2, I think. 1 to measure. Just crashing on the outside ones there. So Barry having a good look. Arthur having a good look.
Jeez, is it on the backhand now, underneath the orange to the white, giving it a chance?
Yeah, as a left-hander, I had to look at him when you called backhand. I went, I want to play it forehand, and then I looked at him and went, no, left-hander. They get me all the time, these.
Molly Dookers?
Yeah.
I played with a left-hander quite often, so I'm kind of used to it.
Needs to hold for the bowl. He's going to hit the wrong piece of it if he gets any. No.
Wasn't far away.
You can just see the turn of the Classic 2 there. Turning a lot more than other bowls. But that's what he's used for years and years. That'd have to be a size 5.
Chance to make 3 here.
His own bowl on the way in.
Correct.
With this weight, I think he needs to pass it. Yeah, he needed to just miss that one.
That's if I was right about making it 2 already, but we'll soon find out.
And importantly for them, they're on the board.
No nudie runs?
Definitely not. Well, it hadn't really crossed my mind, but, you know.
Isn't that the old saying? Yeah, you don't score, going to do a nudie run, you know?
Yeah, maybe if it was after 10 ends, it might cross my mind.
2 it is. I'll tell you something I picked up about myself from the other night. I had to mark the 4th round on Thursday night at Murray Downs with the knockout singles.
In the dark?
No.
No.
Yeah, we got good lights, so it was all good. Anyway, when I mark a game and I have no emotional attachment, e.g. I'm not invested in the game because it's not my game, right? I feel like I make clear-cut decisions about who's got shot, whereas when I'm in the game,
You're biased.
I'm biased. And I start thinking, oh, mine could be shot. It was weird. I was like,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Okay. I've never had a great eye. I do the old finger trick, and that tends to work most of the time for me. But just looking at it, I'm not the best.
That's something I just picked up.
Yeah.
I never made one bad call all night in marking.
Interesting.
Where I make plenty of mistakes when I'm going, yeah, we got 2.
I see. When I skip, I generally err on the side of caution. I try and I'm more likely to say less than what I think, or if I'm not sure, I might say I'm down, so that my players give the bowl a chance, and when I'm playing, I give the bowl a chance. So
Fair call. I think that's just a good attitude to have anyway.
I hate it when, someone says to you, oh, yeah, we've got shot, so you play a little conservative, and you're down, and you thought, oh, I could have,
I would have played it
reached
differently.
it. Yeah.
No, fair call. Spot on with you. Right. Barry on the tighter side. If there was to be a wider side, knowing what I know about these greens, it would be on the side that Barry just played.
Okay. Even though we're not really that close to the ditch, we're half a rink in. It's an unusual size, this one. It's a 9-rinker.
Correct.
Which never matters with carpet because you only ever play one way on them anyway, so.
I still think you could go if you're playing social, good bowl there by from Arthur, you could go the other way and still give it some even wear.
Yeah. Be ditch to ditch if you went the other way. It'd be fairly long, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Being 9 rinks wide, and add to the fun.
Yeah. What about corner to corner?
Yeah, we've, when I was at Croydon, they've got, I think it's a 12-rinker.
Do you remember Cora's big green?
I do.
Try playing the long way on that.
Yeah.
Me and Frankie Seaton had a game one night.
Oh, righto.
After pennant, just a few drinks under the belts, and that was interesting.
Was it every end was ditch to ditch, or you could still roll a jack?
Oh, we just made sure it was long.
Long, yeah.
Obviously. It was pointless otherwise.
Was that, what could you get on there, 14?
I reckon it was 14 rings on the big green. It was basically 2 7s.
Yeah. Couple of crackers there from Arthur.
Yeah, he's probably the first one to find it.
Yes. But it's quite a nice shot on there for Peter. Morning to you, Brendan. And Brad Campbell saying Peter Rowe is his old teammate from Simpson. So can afford to reach here.
Yeah, set the bowls, get the jack moving down the line 2-3 feet.
Got the 2 backies. We'll just see how this comes back. More draw weights. It's come back beautifully. Oh, well played.
Great bowl, Peter Rowe.
David Wells can afford to do the same. David should get turn out of his.
Absolutely.
He's close too.
Chance to jack to his own. Yeah.
Well played.
2 shots.
2 rippers there from the skips.
They're all warmed up now, Troy.
Yes, it was only the first end that was, well, end and a little bit was loose, and now they're finding their range.
It's not far away again.
He's got the hole, has he?
Oh, wow. If he got that jack movement with that pace, he nearly would have made 2 or 3 again.
That's a really good weight for giving your bowl a chance. I thought we might have seen David Wells change hands here.
Maybe the idea is, Troy, is that if he happens to drop short, he gets in the eye of Peter then.
Potentially, yeah.
Don't disagree, though. Like the other hand, you turn around the corner, you can
Yeah.
hide the jack, can't you?
Yeah, or beat the last bowl. You don't want to turn the outside of that in. He got it solid, so
I mean,
same bowl.
yeah.
Oh, it's changed. He's worried about that bowl of David's, but he was so close with his previous one.
Well,
This is not a bad attempt here.
no, it's awfully close.
What do we know? Oh, no, we know a little bit.
Wow. Gets it at that pace, he would have made 3 or 4 as well.
He would have. He would have. Okay, David with his own.
Do you think he got his last one in or not? The one that punched his own over?
I didn't look at our marker to indicate. I'm going to say yes. I think we'll see 2 go out.
Yep.
Yep. Measures out.
Morning, Graciela. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if I got it wrong. And morning to Dean as well on Facebook. While we're waiting for this measure.
Beats that one, I think.
3. Right, 4-2. We've played 3.
Slightly longer length here. Beautiful track.
It's on the tighter side, I reckon, that
He's
one,
turned
Troy.
his back on it. If it touches this bowl, it's only going to push it in. Oh, not far. It's forced Arthur to change. Don't know why, though. Had his own bowl coming in. Yeah, beautiful weight there from Arthur. Yeah, great correction here from Barry. Oh, just lacking a couple of feet. Just doesn't quite have the finish that this back one's. They reckon it's a good two and a half seconds quicker than one behind us.
Yeah. It's funny, this year when we played him in Pennant, we thought, because we heard they loved playing on that back green because of how quick it was, and we
Yep.
thought, oh, we're coming down, we're going to play in that. And we rocked up here and we end up playing on this green here.
Yeah, right.
And I remember talking to Brody, who's obviously the coach of Barham. I said, I'm surprised you didn't play us on the back green. He goes, quicker green would have suited you guys just as well as us, so that's why we played you on the slower green.
And who won?
We did.
Oh, there you go. I'm generally not a big advocate for that. I would generally say play to your own strengths. Morning to you, Nan, and morning to you, Phil and Diane. And Dean, without looking at who North Melbourne is playing, I can confidently say I don't think you'll win.
Who they playing?
I don't know. That's my point.
They're riding a high. They won last week.
Against who?
Richmond.
Richmond, exactly.
David opted for his backhand. He's got his own bowls on the run in there, so he can play with a bit of confidence. Just lacked a yard, Troy.
He did. Well, if he was around that, it was pretty good. Looking for a meter.
It's looking better, Troy.
Missed that to be even better. Oh, got a nice little piece.
Very nice.
3. Peter Rowe's got that nice jack high bowl there to beat. That's not quite getting wide enough. Does it cut one out? Yes, cut it to 2, according to the marker, but Arthur saying 3. I think, yeah, Wellesley, change of hands. Getting it the right part of that. All right, another foot or 2, slightly wider.
I'm not going to get back, I don't reckon, Troy.
Oh, it's a good attempt. Half a bowl, a full bowl. There's another score, though, to Wellesley.
Looking at the third.
That's no good a love story.
3. And little buffer now for the Finch and Wells team. 7-2 up. Played 4 ends.
So we'll give a few scores across the rinks here. Dalton leads Wiggins. This is all in the men's. Dalton leads Wiggins 6-0 after 4. Gevasoni and Waters are 2-all after 3. Gawthorne leading Cara 3-2 after 4. Barker leading Young, that's Colin Young, 3-2 after 3. Sanders leading Munro 3-1 after 3. Who's the next one? I'll stand up and. So Jones 6-0 up over Cookson. No, sorry, it's Smith 6-0 up over Purvis. Jones is 4-0 up over Cookson. And behind us, we've got 3 women's matches. We've got Edwards 6-4 up after 3 over Suddy. Not sure how I pronounce
I'd
that
say
one.
Rabble.
Rabble.
That's the way I'd do it.
All right. 3-0 up over Mazzini after 3. And Dennis 4-2 up over Bartel after 3. As we see, Barry Bowen outdrawing Arthur Finch. North Melbourne playing the Pies. Well, I definitely don't think North Melbourne will win. I'd be happy for them too, but I don't think so. And looking on our live scoring, we can get scores also from Kahuna.
Ooh.
We've got Drury 4-3 up over Chevello after 5. Philpott and Manane 4 all after 5. Venendale 5-2 up over Whitelaw after 4. Todd 8-2 over Parker after 5. Coles 9-0 over Trotman after 4. Page 5-1 up over Whitelaw after 5. Warner 6-3 over Morgan after 4. Young 7-3 up over Dorr after 5.
Oh, fair effort there from Barry.
And I'll get the women's scores. We have Moss 8-7 over Hall after 5. Lucci 3-1 over Goran after 2. They were a late inclusion.
It's the one I roped in last minute.
Sub.
Anne McCarthy.
Yeah, so they're going all right.
Good. I told them they'd have a good day too.
And they're still going. And keep 5-0 up over Holmes after 4. Back to action here.
Yeah, David on his forehand. He's got his own on the run in. He's Arthur's bowl shot. Jack High near enough to it, and so he's just trying to get down to that, which he's awfully close. Yes,
One in, one out.
Yeah, I like that because
A
it puts
closer.
another one behind for him as well.
Yep. Peter Rowe close to landing this shot bowl. And does.
Well played.
Nearly touches the jack. But now Wellsy's got his own bowl back there.
Yeah, and it forces David to change hands. He can sit the shot bowl on the backhand or turn the jack around the corner. Oh, he was a bowl narrow.
Great effort. He's got 3 waiting there now. Not going to be happy with that one.
Just on the higher side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It is coming late.
Oh, wow.
Well, we know.
Okay. Maybe he will be happy with that.
I did say that was the wider side. It's not far away.
Got the bolt.
Oh,
Has he
did it
stayed
run
or
too
not? No.
No wonder Peter Rowe and Barry Bowen still.
A change of hands now. I was worried about moving the jack.
I like that. Could get it on carpet. Sometimes you can play a good shot, and the jack just moves a bit further than you like, and
Yeah.
could go bad for you. They were playing that hand. It was a bit safe.
They needed to wrestle that mat back too, so
Correct. Get a bit of momentum going back the other way. 7-3. Played 5.
I think they're going to stretch this length out a bit.
Nothing's been played really long yet, has it?
No. It's all on that short to 3/4. Yeah, be only a metre or two off ditch to ditch.
Yeah, it's probably what, 2 foot off the tee, mat end, and
A
2 foot off the
yard.
tee,
Yeah.
3 feet
Yeah.
at the ditch end, or jack end, or whatever you want to call it. I had a mental blank then. I couldn't even get my words out.
The ditch end.
Yeah, that's both ends.
No, he knew as soon as you let that one go. Morning to you, Ken. Mount Morgan in Queensland. Not too sure where that is, apart from being in Queensland. Good start here from Arthur, particularly on the change of length. That's
Great
excellent.
starter.
Under again. Better wait.
Yeah, not a bad point again, Troy.
Yeah, two good openers. And Barry just not happy on that backhand. As soon as you let that second one go, he was keen to be changing with his third. And he's got, you know, if he's slightly tight, he's got 2 bowls to work off. Didn't want to be under his own, though.
Morning, Spence. You want to say good morning to me? Just Troy?
Good, thanks. Yeah, he doesn't say much, Spence. That's going to be 3 to Arthur.
Doesn't want to get it too far. No, that's a good finish. If it went
Yeah.
another bowl, you'd go,
Yeah, he didn't want
target.
to pass the line.
Yeah. Good bowls.
And that's the thing, you look at that as a skip and you think, all right, I've probably got to reach into that. There's a bit of a target, but I don't have anything close if I miss.
It's very hard to draw, though. I think I'd be attacking early. You've got 3, so maybe clear a couple out with the first 1 or 2.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, you know, what sort of game style Peter plays. We'll get an indication of that here. think he's going to be giving this a chance up on the backhand.
I call that the floating weight. I don't know why I call it that, but that's what I call it.
Yeah,
And he's
right.
awfully
How's
close.
this?
Yeah.
That is a Timboon.
What a bowl, Peter Rowe.
Shot of the match.
Absolutely. Got that?
And look how it fell too. If it fell out, it would have been sitting nice for David Wells.
Still think David's going to attack here on the forehand. Reasonable, just arriving. With David's classic Tuesday, he might have to play it a bit firmer to get through that hole.
Wants to get third shot if he can.
So I think the better hand's the forehand now.
100%.
Yeah, no,
100%.
I think he's... Yeah, and he's gone that way. Can get to Jack High without much trouble down there. It is the slightly narrow hand. As long as he beats David's last bowl, he's close to
Played
third.
this very well. He's close to second.
Good bowl.
2 excellent shots. Just under. Peter's going crooked himself for not having the legs, but he almost did. He really did. But regardless, he's done his job this end, that's for sure.
Ooh. The only thing is if he halves the pink, purple bowl, whatever you colour you call that pink bowl, pushes it out to the left as we're looking at it, his ball comes through the right, through the gap, he's going to go 3 down. But they are playing with the lead, so it's probably the time when you can afford to play it.
Yeah, and he's a chance if he gets the edge of that he runs off onto Peter's other bowl. He's got
Close.
the jack.
He's awfully close.
He's got the jack.
That is a great bowl. Did his toucher stay in?
Yes, it did. Let's followed it down. That's a big conversion.
Did take their one back bowl out, but that's all right.
Yeah, so it might just be 2.
I reckon it'll be 2.
Leave the long tape.
Might do a score update while we're waiting for the measure to go on. I'll do the back green, have a look at the ladies' scores.
Do all the ones here, and I'll get ready for the ones at Kawuna.
So we'll start with the ladies' pairs that are going on the green behind us. Edwards versus Suddy. Edwards is leading 7-5 after 5. Rabble versus Mazzini. Mazzini's leading 7-6 after 5. Bartel versus Dennis. Dennis is leading 5-3 after 5. We're all playing to time, and everyone's on the same length of ends over there. It's brilliant.
So the other women's, while we're on women's, we've got Joan Moss up 8-7 over Alison Hall after 5. Marie Lucci 3. I don't know if I think they've stopped live scoring. 3-1 after 2, and that's over Debbie Gorin. I don't think they could have only played 2 ends. And Jenny Keep 5-0 up over Sue Holmes after 4. Not sure they're all live scoring there.
Right, and then the men's pairs that are going on across the rest of this rink that we are live streaming from. Dalton versus Wiggins. Dalton leading 9-4 after 6. Gervasoni versus Waters. And Gervasoni's actually out today, and there's a sub in there, and his leader's now skipping that rink, as would happen in those circumstances. But the Gervasoni rink is leading 6-4 after 5. Gawthorne 4 playing Cara 3 after 6 ends. Barker 3 playing Young, and that's Colin Young. He's 6 after 5 ends. Munro 7-4 up over Sanders after 6 ends. Smith 7-1 over Purvis after 5 ends. And Jones is 9 playing, I can't see the scoreboard, Cookson 0 after 5 ends.
And in the other men's, Alan Drury is 7-4 up over Tony Chavallo after 7. Chris Philpott 6-4 up over Billy Manane after 7. Russell, in brackets, Tom. Okay, so it might be Tom. Whitelaw is down 2-10 to Colin Vienendahl after 6. Gary Todd 9-4 up over John Parker after 7. Stephen Coles 11-4 up over Neville Trotman after 6. Ian Page 6-4 up over Neil Whitelaw after 7. Rodney Warner 7-4 up over Wayne Morgan after 6. Chris Young 12-5 up over Nick Dorr after 7. And that's everyone.
And the result of the measure, 3 shots to David Wells and Arthur Finch. 10-3 now after 6 ends.
Another cracking opener from Arthur Finch. He's setting it up well. Matt, Uncle Mick is playing over at Cuna.
He's with Alan Drury,
He's
so
with
there's
Alan
that score.
Drury, so they're leading 7-4 after 7.
It's not really his uncle.
No, but
he just claims that Westy does.
We took the, I think that was at State Champs Week, it come up and we decided it would become his uncle.
Westy plays up at Irimple up in Mildura. Well, he, at the moment, whenever you play there next year or not.
You're poaching him, Josh.
No, never. Would I do that?
No. Look at that, no target either. Makes it harder. Perfect weight by Barry on both those bowls. Just about in the draw. Might have to try and get under that.
One to measure to Arthur Finch and David Wells on the crossover. Oh, I just peer across the green and the state coach has popped his head in. Haven't seen him since Monday. The one and only Ray King.
I saw him yesterday at Cuna, but then he disappeared and went out of counter meal.
What a
He
gig.
didn't. He said, "I don't need dinner. I had a counter meal for lunch."
He'd hate the day that we're talking about him too. He'd do his head in, I reckon. All right, David Den here on his backhand. He'd be looking to try and just get it under his own, or either side of it. He's a chance of getting to the oranges, and if not, passing. Turns that up once, twice. Well, he might have definitely probably made 2 out of it now.
Open it up a little bit, though.
Yes, correct. Peter Rowe, what a bowl. He did get down enough of a flick to screw it across to Barry Bowen.
Played a couple of rippers.
David staying on his backhand. It's coming now, Troy. It is coming now.
Needs an edge off this first one. And he got it.
Oh, did he get shot? Oh, one according to Barry Bowen still.
Where does Barry Bowen go? It's mostly danger in
You
front.
mean Peter Rowe?
Oh, yeah? Well, yeah, Barry Bowen skip.
Yeah, I think I'm playing that call. I don't mind that. There's a chance of getting your own there.
Can't play the other hand.
No. Hasn't played it too bad.
He's played it well. That's the shot. That's excellent.
Very good bowling. His last couple hands have been good.
A few of these players not too experienced on the live stream. Doing a good job. I saw Arthur just conscious of trying to get out of the way there, so we do appreciate that. Close here from Wellesley.
Oh,
Just skirting his own.
what a
That's
bowl.
outstanding.
It's when this is where you need the slightly wider bowl, I reckon, on the carpet.
Yeah, there's definitely an advantage there.
I play with a defiance when I come and play here. Instead of my trusty Evolve.
Would you if you played on the back one?
I haven't played on it, so I don't know.
I have the bowl, mostly a lot of the bowls are travelling outside the rink.
So maybe I'll just use my Evolve in that situation.
Yeah, I think you'd have to bring 2 sets and find out which green you were on.
Morning, Bobby. Hope you're well, mate.
So looking at forehand, but I like backhand. You can get the bowl out clean. I think they've got 2 seconds. And you've got your own orange bowl
To
if you
roll
get
in.
that in the guts.
Yep.
That's what he's electing. He's played some handy conversions in this match. Needs it to turn. It's coming. Oh, he misses that. He gets the bowl.
Even with the feather, I didn't think he was going to miss everything.
Feather could have got him back to the jack too. Could have just missing that bowl. My goodness.
It's 1 to Arthur Finch and David Wells. 11-3 after 7.
So big thanks to Murray River Council and Club Barham here for being great supporters of this event.
Tell me, how often have you eaten at Don's Kitchen this week? Because I saw that sign in the background and
We've been there twice,
it's very good.
and we're possibly got a third one in the
I hope so.
look. Probably Sunday night.
I feel like I'd be missing out if I didn't get some Don's Kitchen.
We just we don't know what time we're going to finish Sunday, depending on clashes in the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
We have one problem child that I know of at the moment,
Who's the problem child?
Ray Jansen,
Mm.
in the quarters in the singles and semis in the mixed.
I was going to say, he's not in the men's pairs.
No, got rolled yesterday.
Yeah. He played a cracking game, which the match they drew in with Alan Eddy and Gary Sanders. And Alan and Gary end up getting through by a superior margin for the day.
2.5 were they each?
Yes.
Arthur Finch setting this up well for David.
He's clearly been the better of the two leads throughout
Yeah.
this match, and it's probably indicative of the score at the moment.
Absolutely. Close to the jack, just running past.
I reckon Arthur be wanting to pass just a fraction.
He's done it well.
And if you can count 2, it's even better.
Exactly that. Looked like it was just got a little wiggle at the end. Would have fallen in, would have been better than out.
That's fine. Really good shot is here. Split off the line of 3 whites. Drawing level with the middle. 3 away balls here. Comes down, he throws it to here.
Barry had reasonable weight, just getting the wrong piece of that bowl. Yeah, you're right, Ian. ROWE's playing with no luck, but we do talk about you get more luck when you got more bowls in the head.
He has played some good bowls, but the times he's played some good bowls, David's had a right reply in his last bowl. You know, like that end where I reckon ROWE played 3 bombs and Wellesley put the jack in the pit with his last.
2 ends ago.
Yeah.
Well, even that one, he's had shot and David Wells has outdrawn him.
And he's added another here too.
Three in a measure, indicated by Rodney Bates.
Oh,
There's another example of it. He's
you
got
can
the
tell,
jack.
you know, like I've played a good bowl and I've missed it by maybe a mil of getting it perfect, you know.
And because he didn't have the bowls in the head, the jack's gone to the opposition.
He gets it slightly fatter and he clears the 2 bowls there and he's got 3, you know. So that's a stiffness bowl too.
Yep. And he's just made it worse too.
I'd be getting to the tee now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what he might? No, I was going to say.
Ricochet here.
No, I thought he was going to inadvertently get one behind and sort of split the orange and white up for a second. I don't think that's what he was trying to do.
I don't think he's going to play big weight. I think he's just going to try
and get the squeeze.
Yeah, squeeze that jack out to the left of screen. They got a couple of bowls waiting. He'd need to get it off a friendly.
His white hangs around. There's another one behind.
He's got to go big with his last. Wellesley needs to cover that.
You'd think so.
Don't know if he's seen it. Wouldn't want to make the target any bigger. Or was he past the orange? No, he's past the orange.
That's a good bowl.
Second back.
Yeah.
It's not quite getting down enough.
Be another 2 to Arthur Finch and David Wells. School's getting a little bit harder if you're on the BOWEN ROWE bandwagon and trying to get them over the line. 10 the difference now. We're a tick over halfway.
Yeah, 8 to play. All right, here's Barry's chance. Arthur's missed. I mean, he's not a mile away, but he's not nailed it. Beautiful track. He's done that a couple of times, Arthur. He's changed hands when
Probably didn't need to.
didn't really need to. Yes, you could see, oh, if I trail a jack down there, but, you know, just stick to... He's drawing well.
Absolutely. And been playing that same side of the rink the whole time too.
Yeah,
Mostly.
Mostly. That's a good one from Barry. Bazza. Surely he's a Bazza.
Most Barrys are Basses, aren't they?
I would have thought so. See, again, it would have been fine for Arthur to have stayed on the hand he'd been playing, but
Still not a bad second.
yeah.
Something to work with.
Yeah, it gives David a little shelf to come off.
The great Ian Mains just walk into the building too, Troy.
Ugh. The club will never be the same again.
He'll let you know too. He's that loud.
Yep.
Would have done a great job out at Walcool.
I went out to Walkall for... which day did I go out there?
Was it Monday?
Singles knockout.
Okay.
So that was Thursday.
Thursday. That's
Thursday.
Yep.
So they're all, all good, all under control, and beautiful, quite new clubhouse there. It's a great little setup. My first time out there. Didn't even know the place existed, to be fair.
And that's Walcool.
Walkall.
You don't say Warcool like a lot of people
Apparently it's Cuna, not Kahuna.
do. No. See, I
They
disagree
tell me
about that one.
Cuna.
No. Someone give you a bum steer on that one. I've never heard it say that.
Well, the locals here told me it's Cuna.
What, the Barron people trying to make mock Kahuna?
Maybe that's what it is.
I've never,
Disrespect at its finest.
Not wrong with you back in on this hand.
oh, bowl here from Peter O.
Little piece of this.
Didn't
Oh,
need
didn't
it.
need it. Yeah, well done. They need to get a couple of multiples.
David stopped them at every situation, basically. Outside a 2 on the second end.
Yeah, they've only dropped 2 ends.
His weight was phenomenal then.
Change of hands here. Yep. We'll give an update to some more scores after this end. Yeah, not a bad effort there. So David changing hands, looking for the inside of the pink.
Oh, you can get a bit more bite out there, and if he gives him a couple more options, I reckon. And he's close, Troy, because it's coming now.
He's going to get the outside.
Oh,
he
probably
might have
gets
taken one out.
Gets one out.
Oh, they're indicating a measure. A genuine measure. He can trail the jack if he can get around that front bowl.
Which
get
I
the
think
jack,
he can on that hand.
Yeah, down the line. He could, if he gets it in the perfect spot, he could make 5.
I don't know if he could probably get it to that, but at the very least, if he moved it maybe 6 inches, he might make 3 or 4.
Or even if he, he could bounce off that orange.
See what he does. He's down that forehand, the wider swinging hand. I reckon he's just a fraction too high, Troy.
Yeah.
I reckon he was definitely trying to get it moving.
Needs to take those opportunities or at least have a go at them. So pleased that he's seen it and attempted it. I'll update the ladies' rinks while we're measuring here out at Cuna. It's Joan Moss, 13-12 up over Alison Hall after 10. That's tightened right up. And it's Jenny Keep, 7-6 up over Sue Holmes after 9. And the other one we're unsure of. The other women's matches here, Gail Edwards up 12-8 after 8 over Jenny Suddy. Rabble, and Mazzini 9-all after 8, and Bartel 8-7 up over Dennis after 8. It was 1 to David Wells.
Wow, he's done it again.
Yeah. It's another cruel blow. The rest of the rinks here is Dalton 12-6 up over Wiggins after 9. Givasoni 10-7 up over Waters after 8. Gawthorne 6-5 after 10 on Cara. That's almost one and end, only one multiple. That's super low scoring. Colin Young 13-6 up over Barker after 9. Munro 13-6 over Sanders after 10. Smith 9-6 over Purvis after 9. And the rink next door to us is Jones 14, Cookson 0 after 7. I don't even know if they've maybe... Oh no, the Jones rink's just scored, but I wondered if they'd stopped doing the scores.
What about on the live scoring app?
We'll go to that. You can call the bowls.
Barry's gone to his forehand, which I think he thinks is a better hand for him anyway, the way things have been going. Just lacking that yard.
I'll wait for the crossover and then I'll update the other men's matches at Kahuna. The Boggy Creek pub will be chockers watching this game. Go Booners. It's obviously the local.
Sounds
in
like a type of
Timboon.
pub I'd like to go to. The Finch just shy again with his weight, but still holding two at this stage.
Around the back.
It's actually not bad weight. It's just on that high side with the line.
Yeah. Okay, Barry needs it to run. So, scores over at Kahuna in the men's. Alan Drury, 9-8 up over Tony Chevello after 11. Chris Philpott and Billy Manane, 9-all after 11. Colin Veenendahl, 13-6 up over Tom Whitelaw after 10. Big lead to Gary Todd, 15-4 up over John Parker after 10. Stephen Coles, 14-8 over Neville Trotman after 9. Neil Whitelaw, 9-6 up over Ian Page after 10. Rod Werner, 12-4 up over Wayne Morgan after 9. Chris Young, 14-6 over Nick Dorr after 9.
David
and
Wells.
that's it.
His weight. Look at that.
David Wells doing what David Wells does.
Currently holding 4 according to paddler Rodney Bates.
Needs to turn that in. Oh, he wanted a little more of it.
Well, it's not in the camp. It's not a bad home.
It's really the first one passed. The other two that are passed are only a matter of inches. Had good weight. Might have got second out of it.
Third.
Oh, still 2 and a measure. Underneath here.
Could become a nuisance bowl. Flop the other way, it might have been.
More of a nuisance. Just under his own he wants to beat.
Going to navigate, probably getting under his own and then trying to find that hole underneath to get in for shot.
Needs it to turn. Just run into trouble. Starting to get away from them now.
And that's the thing is if short bowl's already in the way, it makes it hard for the skipper that's trailing in the match.
Yeah.
Kevin, you put the ditch over here, the jack over here, mate.
Nick Suddy on the Rick next door. Just a little faux pas. He said, put the ditch over here. And they said, oh, the jack over here.
And he did it.
He did. 2.
15-3, and we're 2/3 of the way through this match.
8 of the 10 ends going the way of Arthur Finch and David Wells. Hence the 16-3 lead. So it's a 2.25 hour time limit, 15 ends, or if one team is further in front than the maximum that can be scored in the remaining ends, then
They can shake hands.
they will shake hands and we'll be done. Another great opener from Arthur. Barry, I thought that just a little bit of banter there. Barry giving Arthur his bowl and asking him to play it for him. Not a bad effort. Could have been an opportunity there to change hands, but he's preferring his forehand, Barry. You often see that when someone tries to go round a bowl, they add weight. Not sure why it is, but it just
No,
seems to happen.
Spot on. You're right. It does happen quite often.
Now we've got the change of hands. Pretty good effort here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good bowl, Barry.
Yeah, more than an effort. Here's the shot. (17-1) on the rink next door.
Yes. I think that one's more out of hand than this one.
Yep.
The Suddy Jones ring's been going gangbusters.
Good player, Nick Suddy. He made me look good for 2 years at Yarraglint, and that's not easy to do. He was there a lot longer than that, and so was I, but he played 3 for me for 2 years, and we lost 4 games in 2 years.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Lovely weight again. Bowler Peters, I feel like he was trying to not cross the line and trail a jack and then just, played it wider than he needed.
Here comes David's bowl now.
Here comes David.
Yeah, wonder the team of Finch and Wells.
I think that's better for Finch and for Bowen and Rowe now, because forcing him to play a shot, and if he can somehow get that jack into
Squeeze
that
through on the forehand.
pack, yeah.
Yeah, I like it, Troy.
Needs to be under.
Got it too solid, didn't he? But has opened it up a bit more.
Yeah.
David try and turn himself first on the back. His forehand, sorry.
If I was David, I'd try and split the 4 bowls.
Yeah.
If you're 16-3 up, if you drop a 1, it's okay. If you drop a 4, it's less ideal.
If you get it first, though, and play the weight to get to the back if you happen to
Yep.
be wide, then
Don't mind
you can
that.
turn it
Yeah.
yourself. You change the shot too.
Yeah. Just don't want the white one in doing that, though. It's more draw weight, really, or not enough weight.
Chance. Can he capitalise?
This is to just give him a slight chance in this game.
You don't even care if it goes the other way. If it goes the other way, you're
No.
nearly shaking hands, but
You got to take the punt.
got to.
Even if I was holding one, I'd nearly be playing this shot.
Correct.
It's not terrible.
Troy.
Where's it going? Get it through.
Oh, he did it
what
perfect.
A shot. It's another Timboon.
What a bowl.
He's seen it and he's played it and he's kept them alive.
And that's the Don's Kitchen shot of the match so far.
Oh, no, it can't only be 2.
2.
Oh, that is so cruel.
Thought it was worth 100.
I'm putting 4 on the board. It deserves 4. How stiff is that to only get 2 out of that?
It might have had to go more left, didn't it?
It did. There was one of Arthur Finch's Jack High that ended up being 3rd shot. We can't have played it any better.
No,
Trailing a bare Jack.
definitely not.
Can Barry Bowen get on first here? He's got the first opportunity to. Not a bad opener. Arthur has the answer, as he has most of this game. Oh boy,
What, oh boy, what?
20-1 after 10.
Yeah, 5, 6 is a 30. Oh, you could do it. Hey, I'm ever the optimist, Troy, I
Only need 4s.
Well, yeah. I'm just mathematically working it in my head.
See, I look at it the other way. How many ends are they going to play? How many do they need to get to not play the last 3 ends?
I reckon. I think that's the
more
over-under
likely
at this
scenario.
point, yes. It's either 12 ends or 13 ends. Oh, Arthur, what a bowl! Barry, close.
Oh, he's got his own.
It's the right idea again. And
He's put two bowls near each other past the jack though, so it's not terrible.
no. If I'm Arthur Finch and David Wells, I'm actually really happy with that. Just that one sitting there like that. I might want to get another one 18 inches a foot wide, just hanging about for a second, or a third. But no targets makes it hard for them to just get the shot and just choose another end up where they may not be able to get back into the game. Peter Rowe, just a fraction tight. Right idea. David's looking for a little bit of coverage already. Oh. He's on the higher side. Get to his own. Probably a couple good seconds. This is where David does need another one in there now.
He does.
Oh, is he good enough? Yes, that's 2, according to Arthur Finch. Well, close now. He's rephrased himself.
Change of hands. I thought he might have stayed on that forehand and tried to flick the bowl out. If he was tight, he had his own to flick off. Wants the inside of this, not the outside. That's another one.
He even got the hat raised from Barry Bowen then.
2 and a look.
I'm not sure I'd ever give the hat raise to my opposition. I'd acknowledge a good
No,
bowl, but I'm not giving them the hat raise.
No, I definitely wouldn't. It's another 3.
14 the difference with 3 to play. This could be our last end.
Yes, the team of Bowen and Rowe need a 2 to continue the match. See Matatobo working hard there,
Where?
just on the screen. Wait till I go back to the
Oh, I don't
players.
believe that. Can that sentence even be even true ever?
Oh, he's hard at work. You have a look.
I'm panning around just to see if I can see him with my own eyes without having to look at the screen.
There he is.
Oh,
He's holding that pole up well.
He should be working for the local council.
Murray River, what great supporters of our event they are.
What a great segue from me. Inadvertent too.
Working for Murray River Council at Club Barham.
Yeah.
Well, that's living on the edge, that one.
Good Aerosmith song, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, David Wells has been excellent, but Arthur Finch has really set it up for him consistently.
Rock solid leading.
They've well and truly won both battles, particularly Arthur over Barry. I would say David's played more good bowls than Peter, but Peter's played some unlucky ones that he hasn't got max result out of.
I reckon Arthur could have done that. I'm not being critical for the sake of being critical. Just pass the head, you know.
Yeah.
But he's been fantastic otherwise.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how you play, what the score is. There's always somewhere you can improve in any sport.
Absolutely. Well, Peter's going to have to play a couple of good bowls here to prolong the match, Troy.
Yes, he is.
He's
Yes, they
down.
need a minimum of 2.
There is room, though. I wouldn't say this is the closest head.
Needs to clear the front. And he has. That's a 1.
Oh, there we go.
Just to answer you, Gary, if it's both bowls are resting touches or the same distance away, it's actually known as a no score end. So the end counts and they both score 0.
Ooh, David Wells wasn't far away.
But yeah, if it's an ends tournament, I think that's what you're perhaps asking. If it's an ends tournament, then they would get half an end each. Oh, that's not going to be the other one they need.
It's going to come down to his last bowl. And that's unless David Wells changes it first.
He might be generous and turn him in.
Well, good call. He hasn't been generous at all to him in this match.
Don't think he's got the weight.
No.
Okay, to keep the match alive.
Let's have a look.
He's a
It's not
chance, isn't
tracking.
he?
It's not tracking too bad.
He's a chance.
It's got to
Little
clear that.
further.
Don't think
No.
so. And that'll be it.
That's going to be a 1. So that will be a win to Arthur Finch and David Wells, progressing through to the round of 16. Our paddler, who's an experienced ITO, is indicating the rule that now that one team can't win, that the game must conclude. So we will cut our stream off here. We thank Club Barham for hosting. We thank Murray River Council for their support. Thank you, Josh, to my left and Josh to my right. And we will be back in somewhere between half an hour and 45 minutes for a last 16 match in the pairs. Thanks very much, everyone.
I feel like I need to get away. Club Barham, that's where